Okay, so thanks for tuning in again. I spent a lot of time had some stomach issues, so I spent a lot of time coding and creating this script I call the Norzer Google Index Bot. The point of the script is it's gonna compare a sitemap that you feed it and then use the Google Search Console API and determine if all of those URLs are indexed or not, right? Why this is important is well, it's super annoying to have to go into Google Search Console, go to Pages, come down here, go to crawled, currently not indexed, and then come here and see what's not indexed. And then you don't know if it's still indexed because this is a horrible interface, right? March 8th, like once this is indexed, it should disappear. As far as I know, it just stays there. I could be wrong about that. That's the whole point. So the idea is you have a Python script that runs and it sends you an email alert. So let's go through it. This is just some debugging output. This is where the log's going to. You can change the time zone to whatever you want. I put it to America, Chicago. You can set max threads and throttle delay, which we'll get into. And so these are the issues. This one, URL is unknown to Google. Last indexed unknown. So you know that's one you need to inspect. All these are indexed. Now I could be missing. The only way I can categorize this is by the keywords in these sentences here. So keep an eye on it. I'll show you if you find one here that's not indexed, but it says something that's like last indexed, perhaps, not applicable or something that I haven't included, and it appears in here. You can add that keyword to the exclusion list, so it categorizes itself as issues. Okay, if there's any errors, like if you have a limit to how many API requests you can do to Google or to any platform. If you overload it or there's any other errors, I try to catch them and put them here. And you can exclude URLs. Like you don't want to, obviously, you don't care if contact, privacy policy, all that stuff is indexed or not. So there's no need to fill it up in the issues here over and over and over again. So I have a section in the config file where you could exclude it. Now I'm no Python expert. I have basic Python skills. I built all of this using ChatGPT and Grok, and I find Grok actually does a lot better job. And then when it would give me an error, I would try to fix it so I could learn. But if I couldn't figure it out, I'd ask ChatGPT or Grok, this is the error, what's the issue? And it would amazingly fix it for me. I've gone through probably, 200 iterations trying to get this done. So let's go over it. So there's a blog post, which I'll hopefully remember to link to this YouTube video that goes over everything. Now, if you just want the code, and it might look different by the time you get to this, I might just create a link to download the script so I can track it better. I don't care. Whatever. But basically this is the Python script. So all you need to do is copy from here to here. And we're going to go over the step-by-step how to do this. That's one file. I call it indexmon.py. You can call it whatever you want, but it might mess things up. And this is the config.ini. So copy this. And we're going to go over all this. And I created a new, fresh Ubuntu install. All I've done is really installed Perl and things for other things, but I didn't do the prerequisites required for this tool because I want to show you what happens when you get the error, how you can troubleshoot it. Because this may work on this one environment, but when you get on your environment, you might come across some errors. I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot all that. So let's go here. So this is that box. So let's start from the top. You can read through all this. But basically, what is it? Basically what I explained. This is what the email looks like, why it helps. It's proactive. You don't got to keep checking that stuff manually in Google Search Console. You should be able to in Google Search Console, you should be able to say, okay, never check this one again. Right click, exclude. You know what I mean? So it's a really, really bad user interface. And it's amazing to me. We're in 2025 and it hasn't been fixed, unless I'm totally using it wrong. Hopefully I'm still recording, which I am. So if you need any help with web hosting, website design, local SEO, eCommerce SEO, head over to norzer.me and I can help you out. I'd be happy to help you out. Also, please like the video, leave a comment that helps. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you found this video. That'd be extremely helpful. So prerequisites. And I'm saying here, you can do this on Windows. You can do it on Kali Linux. You can do it on Debian. You could port it to AIX if you wanted to. However, this is the steps I got it working on an Ubuntu setup in a VM on Windows 11. You need Google Search Console, and you need an SMTP server to send the email. And don't worry, the email, the password you see here is going to change as soon as I'm done with this video, so you won't be able to get into that email. So first thing let's do, let's just go into Ubuntu. I'll just say Linux, and we're going to sudo. So if you don't know what sudo is, it allows you to run root privileged programs without SUing over to root. It's a little bit more secure. So this is going to update and upgrade the installation. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Enter my password. And I'm going to pause it because this is probably going to take 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll be right back. The other thing I wanted to add is the only thing, I installed Perl and a couple other things. I installed Nmap for troubleshooting purposes on my virtual environment. The other thing I installed was SSH server. So I'm not going to put that in this video, but if you need help with that, use AI or ask Google. It's pretty straightforward to install. So, okay, it looks like it's done. Let's do it again just to make sure it got everything. Okay, we're good. Okay, so now we want to make sure we have Python 3 installed. So we're going to do Python 3 version. Oops. Did I do this wrong? Well, we have Python installed. Python 3.2. Okay, so I don't know why. Let me pause it while I just change this. Okay, so I think I recorded that wrong. I did record it wrong. And I actually forgot to make sure we have these things installed. So actually, that's kind of what we're doing right now. So we'll go here, and we're going to do Python 3 version. So we got it. We do SQLite, which is a database version. It's not there. So you need to do apt-get, which is right here. This command up here. Let's just go ahead and run this command. Sudo apt-get. We're going to get everything we need. What did I mess up? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Python's already installed. It's right here. Sudo apt install Python. So we got all that stuff. But SQLite 3 is not installed. So we're going to do this. Okay. Boom. And we're going to pause it. Okay, so that's done. So let's do SQLite 3 version. So we can see we have that. That's good. And let's make sure we do pip3 version. Okay, so we got pip. Well, it didn't give the version, but we have installed, so that's good. If we ever want to see the URLs that are stored in the database when it queries the sitemap, you can run this command, and this is just from a troubleshooting point of view. I'm not going to get into that right now. So install the virtual environment. Okay, so when this says this is the Python virtual environment. So I don't think I have the directory. We're going to make a directory called indexmon. We're going to create the virtual environment, Python 3 venv, virtual environment venv, whoops, dash m. Okay, it's going to take a couple seconds. Okay. Then, now watch the prompt here. See VBox user, add Ubuntu, whatever. This is the host name if you're not a Linux person. I used to do Linux admin years and years and years ago, so pretty familiar with all this stuff. Venv bin activate. Okay, you don't really need to understand this. Just know you're in a Python virtual environment now. So if you go here, you can see if you go into the virtual environment here, I just want to show you, it's got a bunch of commands inside this virtual environment. So we're going to use pip to install these packages needed for the script to run. So let's actually just go back just to this directory here. We're in the VBox. I'm sorry, let's go to index. Crap, I meant to not, okay, I'm going to keep this in the video because I screwed up. I want to create the virtual environment. Whoops, I think thing got hung up. Okay, we'll just Control D. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that either. Let's do new. So we're going to go back into the box. We're going to go to this one. I got port forwarding set up because there's 2 local hosts. Okay. I meant to do the virtual environment within index mon. So we're going to do this again. So just ignore, you can delete this if you want this one we just created. In fact, let's do that. Remove recursive, then gone. So we're going to go index mon. You can see here, I skipped these steps. It's hard for me to record a video and read stuff and kind of focus it all in my head. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but it is for me. So Python 3 env, and so we're creating the virtual environment env. Whoops, what did I do? Oh, then, sorry. Then just screwing this all up. Python. I want to keep all of this messiness in here. It'll help you guys think through it and troubleshoot. At least I think it will. Then. Okay? And we're going to activate it. Because if I'm doing these errors, you're going to probably, some other people are going to do these as well. Source. Where are we at? Okay, so we're going to do vend bin. We're going to activate. Boom. Okay, now you can see the prompt change. So we're in the virtual environment. And now we're going to install all of these Python packages. That's what pip is. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let me just close that out. It's hung up. Oh, I closed that VM, that's why. Okay, so now we're going to hopefully install all these. You can see it's happening. This shouldn't take that long. And if you want to verify these install, you can do pip list and see. Yeah, let me go ahead and pause it. No need to waste your time, but it should be finishing up pretty soon. Okay, it finished. So now if you want to check what you have installed, so for example, we did Google API Python client. So you could just do like pip list and grep, meaning like search whatever the output is, and just search for like Google. You can see right here. We got it. Okay. So this is where it gets kind of tricky. So the next thing you need to do is go to Google Cloud Console. And I'm definitely going to reference my list here because I'm no expert in this. We need to create a project. So let me see, where is it? So this is the current, I'm going to create it, basically, I have this project here, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go to new project. We're just going to call it, you can call it whatever you want, index mon demo. Going to keep it, I don't have any, I don't use this stuff, so I don't have any organization set up or anything. So we're going to create it. Okay, next, make sure I got the right window, I do. We want to go to, what is it? API and services. So over here, and again, people are probably yelling at the screen telling me I'm doing this the wrong way, but I am not an expert at this at all. Okay, make sure you change the one you just did. And I think it's that right there. Library. I think it's here. Let's see. Oh, I think it was actually over to the left. Let's just go here. I think it might be the same thing. Right here. Then we're going to enable it. Let's get rid of this. So this is allowing you to use this API in this project that you're making. Okay, we're going to go credentials. Now what we're doing here, you have to give permissions to use this, for somebody to use this project. So the next step is create credential, API services, credentials. Okay, right. This is kind of confusing me because the wording's a little weird. So now we have, you can go create credentials, or you can just go to credentials, I think. And then we're going to create credentials. Let's see, don't remember the step here. Service account. Okay, I might be wrong about this. Yeah, service account, that's right. And we're going to call it index, just so I know it's different from other ones I'm using, so I can delete it later. Indexmon demo, which we will delete after this. Create and continue. Select role. Owner. So you can see it gave it owner. Continue. Again, I'm probably doing something wrong, but I don't care. It works. Make sure that's all I needed to do. I may have not even needed to do owner. I don't even know, but I don't care. It works. Done. Okay, so now we have it here. Now we need to go download the key. Let me see, where is it? Okay, let me manage service accounts. I think it's there, right here. Manage keys. Manage keys. Create new key. JSON. And we're going to save it as indexmon. Actually, I have it in the config file. I renamed it to, let's download it first. Then let me remember what I renamed it. What I named it as. I think it's GSC key. Just to simplify things. You can call it whatever you want, but then you have to update the config file. GSC key JSON. Okay, we're just going to upload. We don't need to rename it here. I'm going to come over here. Open on my other screen. Let me move this over. Copy. And again, this is going to be deleted as soon as this video is created, so you can't do anything with this. Now you go to your VM. In the indexmon directory, you can use nano, VI, whatever. I just used VI for so long. I'm just going to use VI. We're going to call it gsc key.json. I think that's what I call it in the script. gsc-key JSON, that's correct. Now you could have FTP'd it over or whatever the heck you wanted to do. Insert, right click, paste. Whoops. Open this back up. Copy. Go back here. I for insert, right click. :x save. Let's cat it, make sure it looks okay. Yep, looks good to me. Okay, moving along. Yeah, so for security reasons, I would chmod it to 600 gsc key.json. Also, when we get to config file, you'll see we're storing your SMTP password in the config file. It's totally not a secure way to do it. You can do it as an environment variable. You can actually do encryption, all that stuff if you want to. However, for what I'm doing here, for a hobby type thing, just keep it in the config file. You can modify the code if you want to, but it would be too much to explain. But we'll get to all that. Okay, so now we need to get let's get the email address, which is right here. And go to the Google Search Console property we're going to work with, and I'm just doing one of my clients. And go to Settings, Users, Add User. Make sure you don't have any of these quotes in here like I just did. Add. Okay, you can see it's created here. So moving along. Okay, so now you can see it says Nano. You can use VI. You can use, I don't know, I used to use Edlin back in the DOS days. I guess that's not even a thing. I probably haven't said Edlin in probably 30 years. I don't know where that just came from. But so now we want to get the script. So start with the quotes, because this is just comments here up top. This is where you're starting to import stuff. And if we run into errors, we're going to troubleshoot them in this video. So this video is going to be super long. Now I could have prepackaged this a lot better, probably, but not my specialty. Okay, so we're going to VI. We're going to call it indexmon.py. We're going to save, and now we need the config.ini file. And in config.ini, that's where we're going to have to, do our settings. Now, if a lot of people use this, if you want, I'm going to create a graphical interface to set all this stuff so you don't have to mess with config files. But if it's just me using it, I'm not going to waste that time. So if you do like this, head over to the Discord channel in the link below. I'm in there. You can ask questions, or you can email me, ryan@norzer.me, but preferably go to the Discord. That's where I am more active. There's a lot of, it's a channel full of SEO people, web developers, performance people, security people, etc. Okay, this is where I would chmod 600 config.ini, which basically means only you don't need to get into Linux permissions. But you can see here, only you can read and write to it. Everyone else in the group cannot. Now you can see read, write, and read for other people in the Python script, but who cares? There's no personal stuff in the Python script. Okay. Or sensitive stuff in the Python script. So now we need to go into config.ini and start changing things. So you can see we did chmod 0600 on config.ini. So the sitemap URL. So what is the sitemap URL? And I set it up to where if it's a sitemap index like this is, it'll parse out all these other sitemaps in this sitemap index. I hope. So, boom, 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 boom. I paste, whoops, dd, okay. That looks good. This, if you did change if you used a different file name for the Google Search Console key, you'd rename it here. You can call the log file whatever you want. I don't think I hard-coded it anywhere in the Python script, but if I did, things are going to get screwed up. I would just keep it as indexbot.log. So your SMTP stuff, what's the server name? So, whoops. Oh my god, sorry. I haven't been doing hardcore Linux in a while, so I kind of get the VI commands messed up. Norzer.me. So yeah, if you're liking the video, please hit like and subscribe and add a comment. That's super helpful. XXXXXXX. What port you're using. Now, if you get this from your hosting provider, right? Ryan@norzer.me. Okay. Oh, why it did caps there. Oh my god. There we go. Now we'll XXXXXXXXX. Let's do it the easier way. Let's delete everything first. Ryan@Norzer, and I know I missed the ME up top. DD. Yeah, VI can be pretty tricky. And we'll do X. Okay. Now this is where you put your password. Okay. This is, the one sensitive part. Well, the JSON key as well. It's a sensitive part. This is the email password. Now this is going to change, like I said, after the video. So you're not going to be able to hack into anything. We're going to right click. Okay, DD. Okay, so if you want to, what you want to exclude, right? So I don't care about category stuff being indexed. We're going to comment this out for now. I want to show you. Oh my god. Okay, so this is how it gets parsed out. So you can see if the the text coming back contains any of these words, error, alert, discovered, currently unidentified, euros unknown, it puts it in this top section here. So if you're finding stuff here, that's an error, but it's still showing up here, all you need to do is come here and include it in this list. Okay? Okay, this is API stuff. Max workers. So the more max workers you have, the faster it's going to do. It's going to do 6 at a time, right? But if you start doing it too fast, Google's going to possibly block you or, limit you down. So you need to be careful about this. You can mess with it, see what you can get away with. I think 6 seems to be pretty safe. No expert here. If you do 1, it's going to do 1 query, and it takes about 5 seconds for each one. So it's going to take a while to go through it all. I'll show you the different ones. Same thing here with throttle. So the delay between the requests. So if this is 6, it'll do 6, then wait 4/10 of a second, then do 6 more. So if this was 1, it would do 1, wait 4/10 of a second, 1, 4/10 of a second. And we'll kind of play with that, and I'll show you what's going on. And you can put any time zone here. I just listed these. These are like normal ones in America, the normal ones in America, so you can put whatever you want. So I think that's all the prerequisites. Let's see. Yeah, so now we're going to test it. And if it may bomb out, may not be thinking of something, we'll troubleshoot it. So what you want to do is Python 3. Where are we at? Let me see. Make sure we're in the right directory. Yeah, indexmon. Okay, Python 3. And you see there's no SQLite database here, SQLite database, whatever you want to call it, and there's no log file. Python 3, indexmon.py. Let's see what happens. You can see here it outputs the password, but it masks it for security reasons here with a couple stars. You can change that if you want, just by updating the code a little bit. You can just ask AI how to change the code. So it did find him. So you can see. We'll look at the email results. It's a lot clearer. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it stops for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it stops for almost a half second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excluded URLs, none. Email sent. So hopefully I got the email, and let's go through it. Not here yet. Okay, while we're waiting, let's just go into config. Oh, I forgot my email's changed. Okay. I got to put super horrible password, but we're going to. Yep, there's the email right there. So you can see it's detecting these as issues, but you don't want, so this is the only one that's really a problem. You don't care if contact, privacy policy, all this stuff is indexed or not, right? So we're going to take this, we're going to go to Notepad. And you could do this with AI. Let's do this in AI. This is how I use AI, and I love it. So we're going to say, give me these URLs, comma, separated. Oh my God, I can't spell. Ignore all of the other text. So we'll take this. Hopefully, there we go. Just because I know WordPress, you can see category, category. We don't need to list this twice. We're going to do category with a wildcard. We don't need anything in category. So we're going to do this. Excluded URL. So we're going to get rid of this. You can see there's a category URL here and here, but we don't need any of the category URLs. And here's another one right Here, so let's get rid of this. This is a category URL. Category URL. And what we'll do is just wildcard it. Okay. And I want to show you if you change the workers, let's change it to 9, which is kind of high, I think. And we're going to wait. I don't want to get blocked, so kind of cautious. Just for testing purposes, let's just do 1. So that's 1 second. Now watch this. So it found all the subsite maps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pause for a second, or maybe that's 9. Okay, maybe, I don't know what happened there. But we'll get the email and we will, it's still not going that fast. So you see now these are the excluded URLs. But I still want these to show up in the email report for troubleshooting purposes, right? So this is the one issue that is a real issue. These are the ones that are indexed. You can see here, no API errors and excluded. So this is exactly what we want. But let's go back. Go back, and I don't know what happened there. Let's change it to 0.8. And we're going to try it again. So what did we do? We did 3 workers, delay 0.8. Okay. You can see here max threads 0.8, so it is outputting it there. 1, 2, 3. So it did 3, and it's pausing for almost a second. So I must have made some weird typo. I don't know what happened. 2, 3, and it's going to pause. Okay, so you get the idea. We don't need to wait for it. Now let me show you. If you want to troubleshoot things, you can always look at cat index bot.log. Right, so this is just, it's basically an output of everything. It includes a little bit more verbosity as well. So if you want to, let's say, let's make a typo here intentionally. Let's try running it again. Before I was only, right here, it wasn't sending the email alert if it was like a weird error like this, only if there was indexing errors. I think I got it to where it's sending the email no matter what the error is. So, if you look at the index log, whoop, you can see the error here. Also, you see you got a fatal error now. And you get this as well. Change it back. Yeah, so I think that's it. If you'd like this, hit like. If you want any video, I'm going to make a bunch of other tools, I think. If there's any tools you would like created for digital marketing, SEO stuff, let me know. I'd be happy to create them. But yeah, this is going to save me a lot of time. Oh, we didn't even get to the cron job part. So basically after this, let's just keep going through the document. I'm probably forgetting something. Yeah, so create a cron job, meaning a scheduled task, or in Windows it's called Task Scheduler or whatever the hell it is. So cron tab E. So you can, whatever editor you want to use. So we need to. So this is gonna. This basically means haven't you? I'm not not as. I think that means at 8 a.m. every day. So at the 8 o'clock. So 8. So if this was 1, it would be 8:01, and this is what, every day, every week, every month, something like that. Again, I used to know this stuff like the back of my hand, but it's been 15, 20 years. So you come in here and paste it into your cron tab. And Nano is Control X, I think. Then yes, and you can always do cron tab -L to list your what is it? Cron. Yeah, I must have typed something wrong. So you can see here. Yeah, and then it's going to run every day at 8 a.m. So I hope you guys found this useful. Like I said, like, subscribe. If you need any help, head over to norzer.me. But a like and a comment's extremely helpful. Yeah, I know it's a long video, but it's kind of a cumbersome thing. You know, it's not like a Windows package where you can just click install. Now I could have maybe if people like this, I will take more time to make these more like a package install, but for now, we'll see what happens. Yeah, for some reason, this link doesn't work, whatever, you can just go to blog over at norzer.me, and it'll be right here. Oh, and also, this are a lot of lessons learned, things that I learned while coding this. Because I'm not really, I used to do Bash shell scripting back in the day, but I never really got into, I did a little bit of Perl, but a little bit of Python, but I really learned a lot going through this exercise. I did this because I need this tool, right? And I don't think it exists, and I don't want to pay for it. So, hope this helps. Totally free. Head over into the Discord channel. We're all there chatting. It's totally free as well. I have a lot of free stuff that I give away in there. So, hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.